everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I've had this tractor here at the shop for a few months now. A lot of you have asked me about it. It's a 3594 case, and it belongs to a family friend of ours. The reason it's at the shop is he needed some help with it because this 3-point hitch link right here, this threaded rod that adjusts the 3-point hitch, broke off on it. And the reason it broke off was all this seized up because this tractor done quite a bit of setting, and when they went to raise the 3-point hitch, it didn't flex here, it busted this rod here. Now, go check your tractors and make sure this is all freed up, because there is only one more of these threaded rods or threaded links left in the system of Case IH, and I have one of them. They're about $458 is what that link costs. So make sure if your tractor sat a while, make sure this is all freed up and it'll turn. So I do have all the parts here this morning. I'm going to get this tractor thrown back together because this tractor is going to be a mower tractor in the solar fields. They got a contract to mow a bunch of the solar fields around the solar panels and stuff. So they're going to put a batwing mower behind it. Originally, in solar fields were supposed to be maintained by herds of sheep, but they said that was going to be the green way to do it. But I guess that it's not going to work out like they thought. So now they're using fossil fuels to do some mowing around solar panels. Kind of funny, isn't that? So first thing we got to do is get the arm put back on the rock shaft. So that's the arm right there. Then we got to get this link put back in. There's the threaded rod right there. So there's only one more of those left in existence. And then I had to make my own pins, because these pins were so bad from beating on them, because we had to get them pretty hot, and after getting them hot I didn't want to reuse them, and we had the ends pretty messed up from beating on them, so I made new pins for it, because the pins are even obsolete through Case IH. So we've got everything we need to do, or everything we need to put it back together, so let's get it put back together. So when it came to us, this rod was actually broke off in here, and they couldn't get it out. So that was part of the reason why they brought it. Well, Dad and I worked on it a couple nights after we got done excavating for the day, and I just didn't get a chance to make a video on it. So I thought, well, at least make a video of reassembling it. It's one of them deals where, you know, I'd have all them short videos on my phone and just be kind of a pain in the butt to keep them separated from everything else. Another thing that is obsolete through Case IH is this right here that goes on this flat spot to keep this turning. So we just found the right size thread bolt, right size bolt, right threads, and just put that in there, and that'll work. That'll be perfectly fine. It's not like a show tractor or anything. It's just got to function. So we got to get our arm put back on here. There were supposed to be marks to line it up, and I don't see any. So we're just going to have to kind of match it to the other side. Got to get it started on, oh, too low. That looks good right there. That should be it. That rock shaft is tapered. You gotta work it on. There it goes. Almost there. Need to go get my plastic hammer and tap it, and then we gotta put the snap ring on it. Now the fun part of the whole job, getting the snap ring back on, because you can't really see it back here. Well, you can't see it on camera. It might go easier than I think. So a lot of you are going to say, well, that tractor's been there for a long time. Well, a lot of the problem was finding parts for it. I kept trying to source some used parts, trying to save him some money, but just wasn't coming up with anything. Oh, that wasn't so bad. So that's when I had to just get the new stuff for it, what I could of the new stuff. It's kind of a shame. There's a lot of these tractors still around, but they're just not, they just don't stock the parts anymore for them. Once they burn them up, they're gone. So, a little update on the John Deere 720 2-cylinder. Tyler Shoemaker from Shoemaker Tractor Parts contacted me yesterday, and he's got a freshly turned crankshaft for it. Went to the machine shop, got checked for cracks. The crankshaft is ready to go. So I believe Dad's going to call him today and get that ordered so that we can get that back on the tractor and get that back together. So Dad has his thumper back, as he's just been chomping at the bit to get that tractor back together, which I don't blame him. All right, I'm gonna get some anti-seize put on these threads so they don't seize up again. We literally had to cut a hole in a piece of angle iron that was about 5 foot long, and we welded it to the chunk of threaded rod that was in here. Heated this cherry red, and that's how we got that threaded out. So it did not come out none too easy. So we're over here at our forklift workbench, and from recent videos you know that we got a forklift for here in the shop, and I've actually nicknamed him Guido. Guido is a little forklift off the movie Cars that changes tires. I think he's a forklift, so I nicknamed our shop forklift Guido. A lot of you asked why I use copper anti-seize. Well, the copper is for high heat applications, and I ended up buying this gallon of it. I don't remember where I picked it up. It was on clearance. I got it really cheap, so I've just been using it. You can use the silver stuff on things like this, but like I said, I picked it up so cheap. It's so handy just to go grab the gallon instead of trying to mess around with the little brush that gets bent over in the bottom of the can. It just seems to work out real well. Oh, reverse thread. One end's left hand, one end's right hand thread, so that it comes together. So we'll get that threaded part way in there. Oh, almost forgot. We'll put a little anti-seize on that bolt. Oop. Probably wondering where all my excavating videos are, and why I haven't been making a lot of videos. It's because we've been working on the fertilizer shed project up at Stark County Co-op, and I've actually got like 5 or 6 videos of that in the bank right now in the YouTube collection. I just haven't turned them public yet, so be watching for those videos. They're going to be really good. You get to see the behind the scenes of the big fertilizer shed that's going in. It's going to hold about 4,000 tons, so it's pretty cool. So all them videos will be available soon. Just got to turn them on. And I've got one more video of cutting rye. I haven't turned that one on yet either. All right, let's get this put back on. So another thing I got to check on this tractor when I get this back together is I got to check to make sure the PTO runs on it. Oh, come on. There it goes. I'm going to start with these flush. The top one's turning. Oh, that's probably all right. Alright, that's probably good. Turn this one back up. See, that one's got to be down. So as I tighten this, this is drawing these links together, bringing this yoke down. About where we need to be. Let's see if our block will fit. Like so. Oh yeah, right there. Alright. This pin I actually had to take home to my home lathe and cut the shoulder off so it'd go all the way through and be plenty long. Need to lube these up real good real quick. Alright, so I got some anti-seize in that block. Go ahead and drop that down through there. Get that pin in. Wipe that anti-seize off a little bit. Put us a linch pin in there. That'll work. Well, see, originally they had a tab welded on them and it went in a bolt hole here. But it'll be okay the way I got them now. Go ahead and put this pin back in. I have to get that chain off of that arm, I think. Well, maybe not. There it goes. There we go. It's back together. That will work. Like I said, it's not a show tractor or anything, so nobody's going to really care what it looks like, just as long as it's functional. That's all he wanted. He wanted it to be functional. Plug your wrench, turn that to the flat spot. You need to adjust that. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, same as the other side. You know what? No, that'll be okay. And he's actually not going to be doing any 3-point hitch work with this tractor. He's just going to be mowing with it. So he just wanted that arm put back together so that if he ever sold it, all the parts were there. But it's fully functional, so he could use it if he wants to. I don't know where the third link's at. It's probably laying out in a fence row or something. I don't know. So I'm sure he knows where it's at. Well, let's see. What else do I got to do? I got to check that PTO, make sure that runs, which it should. I don't see why it wouldn't. And I got to fix the exhaust. Better tighten this bolt up on camera so everybody knows I did it. There we go. I used my metric crescent wrench to tighten that up, by the way. Alright, 3-point hitch is done, back together. Now we can move on to the exhaust. Well, there we go. I got that exhaust tip put back on. It's not perfect. It leans a little bit, but the problem is that muffler's in pretty bad shape. So I was able to tack weld it on, and I got the clamp back on. Basically, the tack welds are for a little bit of safety, because I was worried if something happens, as thin as that muffler is, and it breaks off, it's going to get ran over by the tires and then get run over by the mower. So I'm going to tell him that if he gets a new muffler this fall when he's done mowing, he can bring it back and I'll throw a new muffler on it. So, but this will get him by for now. So I always like these 3594 case tractors. Well, a lot of the case tractors I actually like, because look at them. They look really tough with the hood scoop and all that on them. So my Uncle Jamie's got a really nice one that I've ran quite a bit. And you can see it in some of my earlier YouTube videos. He actually helped us do a little field work with it. But really cool tractors. They're enjoyable to run, and they got nice cabs. They're just all around a pretty cool tractor. One of the old muscle tractors. But anyways, thank you for watching. Greatly appreciate it. We'll see you all in the next one. And be watching for some good excavating videos coming out. I just got to get them turned on to public, and then they'll be out. I'll probably release one or two a week. We'll see what happens, but we'll keep making some videos in between. We got all the parts to put the 270 back together, so we'll be doing that this coming week, and get that back together and get that running again. So a lot of things going on, a lot of good content to come. So thanks for watching.